COVID-19, the virus that sent the nation into lockdown, ended social gatherings. So how did it affect Warhammer? What even is Warhammer? Well, it's brilliant, a titan of science fiction. It's addicting. I'm addicted. But why? Why are people so gravitated towards this? How did they go from pieces and miniatures to popularity?
In the 1970s, two friends, Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson, came together to create Games Workshop. They formed a partnership with Brian Ansell, manager of Asgard Miniatures, to later create Citadel Miniatures. This is when Brian Ansell connected with two friends, Rick Priestley and Richard Halliwell, to create Warhammer. Since then, Warhammer 40k has released multiple editions, including 9th edition in 2020 and 10th edition in 2023. As well as the tabletop game, many video games were produced, as well as novels, drawing a wider audience.
Warhammer 40k was expensive to buy, assemble and paint. Miniatures were made of metal. There was also a large number of paints, glues, other bits and bobs. When they introduced plastic, it opened the floodgates. It was semi-affordable. Splinter communities had been formed. People enjoyed painting, making dioramas, even assembling them was fun. As the game grew, that grew. Millions love it now. You don't even need the physical bits anymore. But how? Books, games, comics, that's how. Amazon are even in the works of producing a show with Henry Cavill. He loves Warhammer and knows even niche lore that nerds would be ashamed of.
Let's talk about what you guys personally geek out about. Henry, let's start with you.
Specifically, which universe, or just?
I mean, just anything.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
How long have you got?
You've got so many and I've got none.
Yeah, I was like, how much time do we have?
Listen, I'll stay here all day listening.
Ruling out The Witcher.
Yeah, no, The Witcher. Okay.
I mean, the easy answer is Warhammer 40,000. That is my jam. I have been into it since I was 10.
What's your army at the moment?
Custodes.
Yeah. I'm going Necrons next year.
Necrons? Okay, all right, cool.
Were you into?
Yes.
Were you into this before?
He loves it, and so do others. The Warhammer universe is rich and full of content. It's big, even bigger than the MCU. There is simply too much content to consume, and fans don't even have to introduce themselves into Warhammer. It's a transmedia narrative, hyperfixated by fans everywhere. But are the general public enjoying it? That's why we're here, at the University of Brighton. If it is indeed still popular, then students should know about it. That is what we're here to find out. What do you know about Warhammer?
It's a tabletop strategy game. I think it was invented in the 80s or like late 70s, early 80s.
I rate it. I enjoy it. Just all aspects of it, really. It's just decent little activity to play with friends, really, isn't it?
Big Warhammer enjoyer, personally, especially back in Texas. There was a big, there's a store near me that did Warhammer.
How did COVID affect Warhammer for you?
I mean, it was a slow time, really. I mean, for everyone, it was kind of bad. For people that are tabletop game basis kind of stuff, really, it's rough. I mean, can't exactly do it over Zoom or something.
It's COVID, you can't see anyone, and it takes away that social aspect. And I love seeing people, so that kind of sucked, but it gave me time to do the creative stuff.
Acrylic paints and models. Just going for it, really.
All tabletop games got a boost over the pandemic because it was something that was just when everyone was in lockdown and locked inside. It became really easy to organize Warhammer sessions or D&D sessions, and that stuff is easier to do over, virtually than some other group activities. So I think a lot of people started playing during that period, and now there's that kind of boom is still there, kind of reaping the benefits of that at the moment.
Who knew this was so important? Science fiction wouldn't be what it is today without Warhammer. It's vital. Power armor, for example, as it is today, wouldn't exist without Warhammer. Power armor derives from the exosuit design, from the 1890s to the early 1900s. Only when Warhammer picked up the idea did it adopt its recent design of a clunky yet smooth design, and it looked gorgeous. Since then we've had Halo, Iron Man, Fallout, COD, Metroid, Crysis, Gears of War. If Warhammer 40k didn't exist, we wouldn't have seen this design. Science fiction would be very different. It wouldn't be that way if it wasn't popular. That's even the case with social media. Astartes, for example. It's an awesome short film entirely made by a fan of Warhammer 40k, which is incredibly popular. It has had millions of views on YouTube. His film was bought and he's been hired by Games Workshop. Warhammer is integral to the sci-fi genre and our culture. Our media is it. Inspired by it, made by it. The movies we see, the video games we play. It is important. No wonder it's still popular. Even after COVID-19 and other modern day perils, it still hasn't stopped. It acts as an opening into the sci-fi genre for people. It has an adaptable fan base, allowing a wide variety of different people into the hobby. It has successfully assembled an audience